Yeah, this is a playlist, and this is the first video of the playlist. And in this playlist, we intend to introduce two tools. One is the heatmap tool, and the other is the layout tool. Okay, and so this is the first page, the front page of the heatmap tool, and then also the front page of the layout tool is here. Okay, and in this first video, I just want to give you some motivation. Why do we need it? And then who can use this for what purpose? And if you are interested in how to run this tool, how to use this tool for any useful purpose, then you can jump to video 2 directly. There are actually a lot of heat map generator and a lot of layout generator too, but most of them are not pair up. So a lot of heat map generator has its own interface. It requires its input format, and then that is not completely not compatible to most of the layout output. Yeah, so that's become a problem. It's very troublesome to generate layout, and so people start to suggest me to look into different tools to generate layout, and then later on I find out it's not the problem is not layout is difficult to generate. The problem is that the format generated by the layout generator is not compatible to those required in the heatmap generator. So that's the problem. So that's why we need these two generators to be compatible. The motivation here is that we can basically use very simple procedure to create a layout, and then with that layout is completely compatible to the heatmap generator. And then in the heatmap generator, we can quickly get a heatmap right away. They have this tool that you can just take picture of the surroundings, and then generate a layout will be generated. Yeah, but the problem is that the output will include a lot of information that we do not need in the heatmap generation. Okay, and then a lot of information that we need in the heatmap generation is not there at all. Because inside the layout generator, yeah, we basically use vector-based output. Yeah, so this is SVG file as shown here, SVG file. So it's a very small file. Only give you the information that is required to generate heatmap, nothing extra. Okay, and when you draw a line, draw a wall, or some furniture, or a window, or a door, yeah, that is not only the picture, not only to render in how it looks, yeah, but it actually talk about the material inside, what kind of propagation model. So there's the interface. So this is exactly the reason why we build this tool together. And then the interface is like this. This is the SVG output. And then the SVG file can be dropped into this canvas. And then we can generate heatmap right away. Okay. And Danny is asking what is the purpose of keeping this layout? Yeah. And yeah, the layout, yeah, if you are a researcher doing research, you definitely want the layout to be repeatable. Yeah, and it can be compared. So for example, if you generate a layout, and then if you add a extra furniture or extra wall, you want to see the effect, something like that. And so if you can pass around the output of the layout to the colleague, so people can compare. As for the heat map, yeah, people want to have this kind of visual sense. How does it look like? Yeah, so yeah, there are a lot of purpose of generating heat map. Yeah, for example, where are you gonna put your AP? And then how you are gonna tune your wireless system so that the heat map can have better full coverage.
When it comes to building the layout, to what level of detail should we actually model the environment? I mean, how detailed is detailed enough. For example, we include the wall. If there is a wall there, we will consider the wall material, wall thickness
Thickness,
and
right,
location, and
right,
and the ceiling height and so on. Yeah, so I'm just wondering how detailed is detailed enough?
right. Yeah. So this is a very important question. Yeah. How detailed is detailed enough? It depends on your application. Yeah. If you really want a very accurate heat map output, then you will care about everything, include the furniture. And then if your application is a high frequency band, everything matters. You got to make it as precise as possible. Right now, I only start with some very simple criteria. For my own purpose, I'm building digital twin, and then what I need is a first order approximation.
I saw you already draw a layout, but I'm just
You are
wondering
talking about
it,
this layout.
yeah, I'm just wondering how do you draw this layout
Okay,
from the scratch? For example,
okay,
you
yeah.
will have a floor plan, maybe in the PDF format.
On how to generate layout, I usually import a background and then overlay the wall or furniture onto it. This is the structural way of generating the layout, and that will be described in detail in like video 3 or 4. Yeah. Then he's asking if the user use a different scale to draw their map. Will that matter? Yeah, it will matter. Yeah, but I have been working to normalize the size. Yeah, the canvas is 20 by 20. But if you want to import a background image, you will have to input the size of your map. If you type 10 by 10, then this is only be this big. Yeah. So my canvas is always 20 by 20. But if your size is too big, it will be cut off. If your size is too small, then you will be at the center. If you didn't make it right in terms of the scale, the result will be will be useless. This tool is not going to be very accurate. Yeah, because I just give a lot of detail. My major application is Wi-Fi, so that is only 2.4 gig, 5 gig, and 6 gig. They are not like 60 gig. Yeah. So yeah, so the resolution is not very high. So accuracy is fine. Yeah, that does not need everything to be very tediously accurate. Let's talk about who can use this. Okay. I identify 3 groups of people who may find this tool useful. Yeah, the first group is the engineer. Yeah, who want to do the network planning, where to put your AP, how to optimize your network, this kind of task. Engineer, network designer, they can find this tool useful. The second group is a researcher in the universities or research institute. Yeah, just like what Danny just asked. What are layout used for? Why do you want to keep the layout file? Yeah, because this is a major advantage for the researcher to pass around the layout so they can compare their results. And then the third group of people is the developer who want to add in new feature because this is gonna be the open source code. So if you want to add in new feature, you find this is not good enough for you, then you are welcome to add in new features. So to make the function, make the capability of these 2 tools improve. Next, let me talk about the future direction. Yeah, right now I use this drop-in item to create layout, and I use NVIDIA RT as the heatmap generator. Okay, but all this can be replaced in the future. Yeah, like the heatmap generation. Uh, I actually have built some model for heatmap generation. Yeah, the neural network based. Yeah, that can be used for like reinforcement learning or that kind of purpose. And this generator can be replaced. And then as for the data, data right now is everything is based on simulation. And then I'm measuring data. I'm building robot now. I'm building the first robot to move around to measure the channel. And then the robot will feedback the data. And so eventually we may have measurement-based heat map. And then after that, we may have a data-based measurement corrected by theoretical principles. So if this is only theoretical work, theoretical work, they will be less useful. Yeah, but I want it to match exactly to a realistic scenario, the real service area, to make sure the heat map generated here will reflect the exact signal measure at the specific point. Okay, so that's pretty much I want to talk about. And if you are care about the detail, how to manipulate this tool and what are all the features about, I'm gonna run a end-to-end demo in the next video. And then after that, I'm gonna run a feature-based demo. Yeah, end-to-end usually just a simplest pace from beginning to the end. But the feature-based I'll visit every single function in this tool so that you will know how to make best use of the tool that I have designed into this.